So the first command that we're going to run is we need to do an import module. I'm going to hit the tab to auto complete it. And we're going to import the Active Directory module. Hopefully I can spell it right. Active Directory. So I'm actually going to do, you can press F8 or just run this right here. Wherever the cursor is at, it's going to run it. So I'm going to run that. It's going to import the Active Directory modules. So let it do its thing. Once it's done, we are able to continue. So I'm going to get enter. And the next thing I'm going to do is create a variable. So $, and it's going to be username. Okay. Equals to open and close quotations. So the username is actually the distinguished name. So, okay. So for this example, it will be, let's do mines. So Bernardo.Rocho. That is how I log into the computer using that distinguished name into my PCs. So we did that. So let's hit enter. So now we need to grab the user's object or the user's information. Now to do that, I am also going to create another variable and I'm going to call it user. We're going to equal to the following. So we're actually going to go into the Active Directory module and use a command called get AD user. I'm going to hit tab to auto complete it. And I'm going to use the parameter of identity, autocomplete that. And I am going to use that variable that we just declared in number 3, which is username. Username, boom. Hit space, and we're going to use another parameter of properties, autocomplete that. And the properties that we want would be member of, the member tab, right? So it would be member, hopefully I spelled it right, member OF, I think. Cool. Well, actually, I'm going to declare a variable because I want to get kind of fancy with it. So I'm actually going to do user, and it's going to be user data. Oops, spelled data wrong. And we're going to assign it to right host and group for $username. So it's going to produce this nice, the first line is going to say groups for Bernardo.Arocho, and it's going to give you the list. That's when we are going to do the for each loop. So again, we're getting a little fancy with this. So I'm going to do a hyphen and I'm going to do a space and we're going to close it. So we just created the for each loop. We declared a variable called $group in $user, and I put a period. The reason why I'm putting a period is because, again, on line number 5, we grab the content of or the properties of the particular user. For example, Bernardo.Arocho, we grab those properties, but we want to specify what we want within the properties. So to do that, we are going to do a dot, and we are going to do member, make sure you type it right, member of, and then we're going to close the parentheses. Open parentheses, I'm going to hit enter here, and I'm going to hit a tab, get fancy with the coding. We are going to declare another variable and we're going to call it group name, and we're going to equal to and open parentheses, and we're actually going to use another Active Directory module, and it's called get AD group space, and we're going to call $group, which is the variable that we have within our for each, and we're going to close the parentheses. Now from here, we're only going to retrieve the name. So we're going to hit a period and we're just going to hit name. Okay, we're going to hit enter here, hit enter here. We're going to do a tab, get fancy with the coding, and what we are going to do is use a command of right host, autocomplete, open and close parentheses, and what I want to do is within the open and close parentheses, I want to write out the group name. Okay. Once it writes the group name, I like to put a semicolon. Reason why is because if you're copying and pasting the membership, you need the semicolon because it makes life easy, and I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to add the semicolon here. I'm going to put my cursor at the very end. I'm going to hit enter, and now I'm going to close the loop. So we're actually able to run all this. So I'm going to run line 3. Line 3 is going to grab the username. Line 5 is going to grab the information of the user. And I'm going to zoom out real quick. Let me get out of here. Boop. And I'm actually going to, we could run this right now. And the only thing that does is this. It just writes this fancy, it's just groups for whatever user you're trying to retrieve. And then underneath that would be the for each. Nothing fancy. It's just a fancy little thing. So I'm going to highlight 12 to 9. And I'm just going to run it. Boom. There it goes. All right. Let me zoom in. There it goes. See? Just gave me all that. So you're able to just highlight all this. Copy it to the next user, check names. It's going to check all the names, and then you're good to go.